Hey, heaven high, beboppers. Tom here. Have you ever wanted something that you did not have? That you did not have the courage to ask for? Why aren't we assertive? Today, give yourself permission to be assertive, because assertiveness involves standing up for your true rights in a friendly, non-aggressive way. First, you need to know that unless you feel you deserve to be assertive and that you deserve the good things in life, you will never become assertive, and you will never ask for what you really need, want, or desire. To address these issues, you must first tackle your self-esteem, which comes from your self-image. If you haven't already, check out my other videos about your self-image, how to improve it, and how to escape the cultural trenches and comfort zones that limit you and your image of yourself. And don't forget, as I've said before, assertiveness and aggressiveness are not the same thing. Aggressiveness involves taking advantage of other people and hurting other people. Aggressiveness is offensive and unpleasant, but assertiveness is pleasant. And assertiveness is win-win for both you and your potential clients, co-workers, business partners, and loved ones. Okay. Ready to move ahead? On how to break through and become more assertive? Well, the first thing that you have to understand is that we all have a variety of assertive rights. We are born with these rights. Here in America, our Bill of Rights guarantees us certain rights in a political sense. But we also have many psychological and human rights that are important to remember. If you want to be effective and happy, assertiveness is not something that is unnatural. We are born assertive. Your first act at birth was to protest the treatment you received. As an infant, if something happened which you didn't like, you let other people know immediately. You were also very persistent. You rarely stopped letting everyone know you were displeased until they did something to satisfy you. As soon as you could crawl, you persistently did everything you wanted to do for as long as you wanted to do it. You crawled into, over, around, and under everything you wanted to explore or experience. Unless infants are physically restrained, they create havoc for the people around them. That's why cribs, playpens, and babysitters were invented, and like me, grandfathers. Later, as you get older, you were conditioned and programmed to not be as assertive. Our parents first do this out of their own self-interest. They can't spend 24 hours a day catering to our demands. Up to a certain point, there is nothing wrong with conditioning people to be less assertive. And to a degree, it is necessary in the process of growing up and maturing. However, the problem is that many of us have internalized the process and carried it much too far. We have become timid or fearful or anxious or guilty. We started the process of becoming less assertive, and then we were unable to control or stop it. You see, by working to become more assertive, you're not trying to become anything you are not inherently. Instead, you are merely working to achieve your natural assertive state. Now, let's look at our assertive rights. By first knowing what your rights are, you will be far along the road of returning to your natural assertive state. No one else should ever be able to make you feel guilty about claiming or using your assertiveness that everyone has. Okay, here we go. Assertive right number one. You have the right to be the judge of your own behavior, thoughts, and emotions, and to take responsibility for them and their consequences. Number two, you have the right to change your mind. Number three, you have the right to communicate in the style you most prefer and to accept the consequences of that. You have the right to make mistakes and to be responsible for them. You have the right to say, I don't know, or I don't understand. You have the right to be emotional or even illogical in making decisions. You have the right to ask for help. You have the right to ask for the order. You have the right to attempt to help other people, and they have the right to refuse your help. Repeat these back to yourself. Write them down and commit them to memory. Remember, you are naturally assertive. You were born assertive. You have every psychological and inherent right to be an assertive individual. Now, stay tuned for future videos where I'll go over some powerful techniques to help you in becoming a more assertive individual. One of my favorites is the broken record technique. The broken record technique. Trust me when I say you won't want to miss out. So be there. Thanks. Really, thanks for allowing me to keep you informed. And don't be afraid to be Bob.